What's up? So today we are currently over here in Michigan.
Welcome to my.
I think it's finally time for me to tell you guys the honest truth. I haven't been so much lying to you, but I just haven't been 100% honest with you. There's no better time than now to go ahead and be straight up honest with you. Honestly, I don't know if I'm making this video for you or if I'm making this video for me to show and prove to myself how much I've grown as a person and also as a truck driver. So basically, let's get right into it. Honestly, when I first I failed the motherfucking drug test. I lost my job. This is my last load. I failed the drug test. I was pumping and zooting on the goddamn greedy gas. Nah, but anyways, I am joking. But yes, I honestly did fail a drug test. That is one of the main reasons that I am still currently here at Sweet Express, is because I am going through my SAP program. I'm almost done with my SAP program. Come August, I should be done with my SAP program and everything. But I'm going to give you guys a backstory on how I failed a drug test and things that you need to know if you do fail a drug test, or if you're on your SAP, you already know a lot of this stuff. Basically, I got my license, I want to say in 2021, and I went with the company Pam Transport. Well, I wasn't making any money with Pam Transport, so I left, and I was out of the truck for about 2 or 3 months looking for a new company because, you know, when you're that new in the industry, not a lot of companies are going to take you. You don't have any experience. Really, you're not valuable to anybody. You're just going to cost them a lot of money to be at their company insurance-wise. So I was out of the truck hanging out with all my friends and stuff, and next thing you know, I hit the blunt once, I hit the blunt twice, not even thinking about that I got my CDL. When I first the first day I realized that marijuana was illegal is like my first week in trucking school. So I was smoking like the week before I started going to trucking school. And then when I got to trucking school, like the third day of trucking school, there's like, you cannot do any type of drugs. You'll lose your license. Well, you know, I'm still young and dumb, and I'm like, I've done taken so many drug tests in my life, and I can pass a drug test with no biggie, right? But at that point, I'm not understanding that if you fail a drug test, your trucking career is not so much over, but it's put on a standstill. And to get back in this trucking game is going to be you being 100% dedicated of wanting to be back in this trucking industry. That is one of the main reasons why I am still over here at Sweet Express, is because really I'm trying, with everything that you guys seen on my channel is going on, that's really going on. But I haven't told you guys that I'm still here. The main reason I'm still here is because of my SAP. And yes, I can still leave and go to another company that hires SAP drivers, but why would I leave when I'm less than a month away of completing my SAP and happen to restart my SAP all over? So how did I fail that drug test? I was hanging out with some of my friends when I was still new in this industry, and we were smoking, didn't even really think too much about it. And at that time, I was gonna go to Western Express before I even failed a drug test or anything, and I flew out. Well, they put me on a Greyhound, went out to Western Express and everything, took my drug test, completed my drug test and everything. And then I came home because I was sitting in a hotel room for like 2.5 weeks, not getting paid or anything. I had my girlfriend come pick me up. I'm not getting paid, just sitting in a hotel room, waiting for a trainer. And then finally, like on the 3rd week, Western Express called me back and they was like, hey, we got you a trainer. Are you still at the hotel? And I'm like, no, I'm not at the hotel. I'm at my house. Like, why would I sit in a hotel for 3 weeks not making any type of money? So they're like, okay, that's fine. You know, we need you to go take a drug test and everything. And at this time, I'm not even man, you smoked weed. Like, you're going to fail that drug test. So I go and I take the drug test and everything. And then a couple days later, they call me back and say, hey, you're on the SAP program. You failed that drug test. And I'm like, wait, what's that? What are you talking about? And that's when it clicked to me that, hey, you smoked. That's why you failed this drug test. So I say to Western, what do I need to do? Like, how do I get back in a truck? And they're like, there's nothing we can do for you. Boom, click, hung up the phone. And they just left me there like. So basically what I did after that is I just took the rest of the year off. I didn't worry about trucking anything because at that point I realized, Tariq, you might have an addiction. Trucker souls, you might have an addiction to marijuana. So let's fix that addiction. So basically what I did is I took a year off of trucking. You know, I smoked, I chilled, I did whatever I wanted to do. But my main goal of doing this was making myself realize of why I became a truck driver. I became a truck driver because I didn't want to work in these factories. I didn't want to be going and doing things and always having to check my bank account to make sure I had the money. So basically, to me, I had to almost lose it all before I realized that trucking was the way out for me. So after I took that year off, I completely stopped smoking weed. I don't do anything. And right now I vape like nicotine, but I'm actually working on quitting vaping. Today makes like the 4th day straight that I haven't had any nicotine in my body. And it has been crazy for me mentally, just getting off of nicotine. I want to say honestly, nicotine is harder to quit than marijuana was. But I am currently trying to get off of nicotine. But yeah, basically, so I went with my SAP and everything. I've been doing my drug tests. I've done took like 7 drug tests. I passed all my drug tests so far, and I guess they're just gonna keep giving me drug tests till August. Come around August, I should be completing my SAP. And I'm just gonna be straight up. Whenever you are getting into this trucking industry, you might think, hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke a blunt, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they'll never find out. I've been taking a million drug tests in my life and I've never failed a drug test. The trucking industry drug tests are a little bit different. Just a little bit. They will catch you. They might not catch you the first time or the second time or the third time, but eventually they're going to catch you smoking. You might be leaving one company, going to another company, and they hit you with a drug test, and then next thing you know, boom, you failed a drug test. So if you're getting into this industry, please listen to me and listen to me carefully. Make sure that you have no addictions. You're not using any type of drug, even if it's legal like marijuana is. Marijuana will still get your CDL license taken away from you, and you're going to have to pay a lot of money to get your CDL license back. Luckily for me, I didn't have to pay that much money. I think it was like $700 that I had to pay. And yes, that is a lot of money for me at that time because I was working in the factory jobs, working 40 hours a week. And you know, the money in a factory is not bad money, but it's not trucking money at the end of the day. And as a lot of us truck drivers that's out here on the road, really right now, the money that we're making right now is basically factory money. We're not making crazy money out here on the road like people think we are making, but the money out here on the road is still better money, a little bit better than factory money. And on top of that, you're not stuck in one place all day long for a whole week. You're out here on the road, you're seeing new things, you're doing new things. The only thing is you're seeing it from a window, but other than that, it's not as bad as being in a warehouse. So if you don't listen to anything I ever say and you pay attention to this video, because I feel like this video is going to be a video that gets a lot of views, make sure you have no addictions before you get that CDL license, because if you fail a drug test, you're going to honestly think that your trucking career is over. And yes, it's going to be hard to get back into the trucking, and a lot of companies are going to say no. I probably called 75 companies when I first tried to get back into this truck, and I heard 74 no's. Straight up, I called 75 companies, I heard 74 no's. The reason I'm here is because I got a yes. And with that yes, I told myself it doesn't matter how bad it's going to get mentally or physically. I need to do what I need to do, not only as a human, but also as a man and as a truck driver. I need to do what I need to do to get my record as clean as I can, so I can still provide for myself and my future family. So that's what I'm doing. Even though I sometimes really hate being here, I know at the end of the day, I'm this close to the finish line, and I feel like that's one of the reasons things are getting tough for me physically, is because I know I'm right there at the finish line, but it's like, we're just gonna keep throwing curveballs, and hopefully he's not gonna hit any curveballs. But me, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to sight it up. As soon as I see that curve, I'm going to knock it out the park, because there's nothing that can be thrown my way that can take me off course of completing my SAP program. And a lot of people is going to probably unsubscribe to my channel. I'm going to get a lot of negative comments down in the comments. But this is my life, and this is my experience. This is my journey of being a truck driver. And I've kept this away from you guys for so long because I didn't know how you guys would feel or how you guys would judge me knowing this about me. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to grow my platform a little bit so you guys can know me personally and know who I am before I just straight up tell you I failed a drug test. Because yes, I could have probably did that and my YouTube channel would have blew up, but I'd rather have real people here that really support me and really enjoy what I'm doing. That's why I waited so long to tell you guys this, so you could get to know me on a personal level before you just started judging me. And now, since you know this about me, that's when it's okay to, drop down in the comments and let me know how I messed up. I understand that I messed up. I know that I messed up. But every day in this trucking industry, every day in life, it's all about keep going and keep hustling every day. And every obstacle that gets in your way, you just got to keep pushing through that obstacle. You got to push through that obstacle like you going down the grapevine over there on the West Coast and your Jake brake done went out. And this car is in front of you. You ain't stopping. You go keep going through every obstacle to get where you got to go unless you veer off. And when you veer off, you got to do everything you can do to make sure you can keep that truck in your lane or on the highway. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have an opinion, that's okay that you have an opinion. Go ahead and drop your opinion down in the comments and let me know how you truly feel. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, that's your opinion. And I hope this video can help maybe some new drivers that's getting their CDL, wanting to get their CDL, or people like me or people like you that don't know any better. And then when they get out, here in this trucking industry and they're still smoking, and then they still smoking, and then they get mad when they finally fail a drug test, because it's going to happen. So all I can say is, when it happens, I wish you the best, but know at the end of the day, if this is your dream to become a better person, you got to get off the drugs. You got to stop smoking weed. And yes, I know the argument as well, weed is legal, weed is legal. The government does not see it as that. You are a professional driver. If something happens, it's on you, and especially if there's something in your system, it's not going to be good. So the cleaner, the better. Thank you guys for watching. We out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The channel is still growing, and I'm really hoping to be more consistent with these videos. That's another thing that I'm pushing myself to do, is basically be more consistent. One of the reasons I also did stop being so consistent is because I had two phones. I had two phones, one for the load and one for the videos, right? So basically the one I had for the videos, it broke. And it's in the truck somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. And you would think it'd be easy for me to find because I keep my truck so clean. But I honestly don't know where it's at. But whenever I find it, I got to get that phone fixed so I can be more consistent. But this week, I'm honestly going to try to upload 2 videos. I'm going to try to get this video out on Wednesday, maybe. I'm going to try to get this video out on Wednesday, and then I'm going to try to get another video out on Friday. If not Friday, Sunday. I really need to get home Friday. So everybody, please say a prayer that I get home on Friday at a decent time, because I have a long day of personal stuff whenever I get home. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We out. Trucker Souls says, keep the rubber side down, driver, and keep stacking that bread.